Hi amigos. So he has given a question about the function. He has given some function involving some terms and he is saying that f of k is equal to minus 2k, then sum of the squares of all possible values of k. Chalo theek hai, done. I can see clearly that it is more of a functions question than a quadratic question. Why? Because you can see he has not given any function. So technically speaking, he is asking us to find the function. Once the function has come, it is simply f of k is equal to minus 2k, deal done. Achha. So he has given a function in some terms. So f of x into f of 1 by x is equal to, so f of x plus f of 1 by x. This is technically a functional equation. Sir, what is that, sir? What is meant by a functional equation? So what is a functional equation is, he will not give the function directly, but he will involve the terms of function, framing it like an equation. So technically speaking, if it is a differential equation, he will not give the curve, but he will involve the y is equal to f of x terms and give the curve in terms of an equation. Same way, he will give the function in terms of an equation. He has given the function in terms of an equation. This is functional equation. This is one of my very favorite topic from the topic functions. So how to solve the functional equation? There is a special topic, of course. We will go in depth in the functions chapter. For now, let us try to understand quickly what is a functional equation. Let me give a simple functional equation to understand a functional equation. That is, let us say f of x plus y is equal to f of x into f of y. Can you find what is f of x? Acha. Now try to take a guess. So e power x into e power y is equal to e power x plus y, which is technically a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. I got an idea. So what if I have f of x is equal to a power m? That is indirectly, what if I have f of x is equal to a power x? So what is f of x then? A power x. What is f of y then? A power y. So a power m into a power n is a power m plus n, which is f of x plus y. What do you mean by f of x plus y? So if f of x is a power x, what is f of x plus y? Which is a power, in place of x, x plus y will come. So that would be a power x plus y. So which means that LHS is equal to RHS. So which means that the function which is satisfying this functional equation f of x plus y is equal to f of x into f of y is f of x is equal to a power x exponential function. Yes, this a power x function is satisfying that functional equation. So I can call the a power x as the solution of that functional equation. So this is like a rough guess. Now, any faculty who is teaching the functional equations concept, he will always ask you to remember some standard functional equation solutions, because every time you can't go on solving the functional equation to get the function, because in exam limited time will be given and some functional equations are hard to solve for some function. So this is the number one functional equation for which any faculty would ask you to remember. That is, according to the f of x into f of 1 by x is equal to f of x plus f. Functional equation would be f of x is equal to 1 plus or minus x power n. In the functions topic, I will tell you how to solve any functional equation in detail. For now, please remember, if this is the functional equation, the function would be f of x is equal to 1 plus or minus x power n. Please try to remember this. Now, the actual confusion or actual question starts now. Chalo, theek hai sir, you have taken f of x is equal to 1 plus x plus or minus x power n. Now tell me whether you will get a plus or minus, because you are saying that both can come. Plus is also correct, minus also correct. Okay, let's dig deeper to understand if we are getting plus as a correct or minus as a correct or both are correct. Let us try to understand. To understand that, let us go little bit deeper into functions concept. What do you mean by f maps A to B? So A is called the domain, B is called the codomain. I will say little bit about A, that is domain. I will explain. Simply speaking, sir, what is domain A, sir? Whatever the values of x that you can put in f of x such that f of x is properly defined is the domain of A. ठीक है sir? Next, sir, what is codomain, sir? Whenever you go on putting the different values of x, f of x will produce different values. So collect all those values. So collection of all those values is called range. Now please understand that range should always be part of the codomain only, that is capital B. It can never be other values other than capital B. You cannot get range of f of x as other than the values which are in B. So every value in the range should be in the should come from codomain capital B. Not necessarily every value in the codomain not necessarily be in the range of f of x, but every value in the range should come from codomain only. You cannot get a value other than codomain value as a range for f of x. That is clear. Acha sir, why are you explaining all this, sir? Basically, to understand whether I will get plus or minus in f of x, how I should choose plus, how I should choose minus, to understand that I am explaining all these concepts. If you see, first line of the question, he has given f maps r minus 0 to minus infinity to 1. So this is capital A, which is domain. This is capital B, which is codomain of the function. So what is the domain? You can put every real number except 0, that is domain. What is codomain? Minus infinity to 1 as a codomain. Acha. Let us see what are the possibilities to select for my function f of x. One is 1 plus x power n, one is 1 minus x power n. He has given one more information, buddy. What is the information? It is a polynomial of degree 2. Acha. Which means that polynomial means only positive powers of x will come. Degree 2 means maximum power of x is 2. So I can clearly say that here degree 2, so n is equal to 2. So it will become, function can be either 1 plus x square or 1 minus x square. Still I have not decided whether plus will come or minus 1 will come. To understand that, let us understand and dig deeper. Whatever the value of x you put, x square will give only positive values. So 1 plus positive value will give a value which is always more than 1. So 1 to, you will get always the values of more than 1. 1 to up to where it can go. If you put x as a infinity, 1 plus infinity is a infinity. So up to infinity it can go. So 1 plus x square can give all the values of 1 to infinity, which is nothing but a range. So range is always more than 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.1, like that. But what he has given, you see in the question, he has given codomain as minus infinity to 1, which is always less than 1. Can you get a range more than 1? 1 plus a positive is more than 1. Can you get a range other than codomain? Codomain to less than 1. But you are getting more than 1 as a range. Can you get a range other than codomain? No, not at all. So which means that this is wrong. So in fact 1 minus x square is correct, because 1 minus positive is always less than 1. If you go on putting bigger values of x square, for example 1 minus 100 minus 99, you will get negative values also. So it will cover all the values from minus infinity to 1. So which means that this 1 minus x square is the correct one. Now did you understand why I have said so much theory? Because to judge, to pick whether I will get 1 plus x square or 1 minus x square, I have explained you so much. Now what is the final understanding I got? My selection of f of x should be 1 minus x square according to the question he has given. Finally I have got my function. What is the function? F of x is equal to 1 minus x square. Now what is the question? He is saying that f of k is equal to minus 2k. Acha. Then sum of the squares of all possible values of k. Now it's a cakewalk. Now, if f of x is 1 minus x square, what is f of k? Tell me. He has given f of k as minus 2k. Acha, f of k he has given minus 2k. But what is f of k? So, if you put x is equal to k here, 1 minus k square. So, 1 minus k square is equal to minus 2k. Acha, I can see it's a quadratic equation. Minus k square that side. That would be k square minus 2k minus 1 is equal to 0. It is a quadratic equation, of course. Sum of the squares of all possible values. I will get two possible values. Let us say this is k1. Let us say this is k2. Sum of the squares of all possible values of k. One possible, first possible value, second possible value. Sum of the squares. Do the squares, k1 square, k2 square. Now he is saying sum of the squares, which means that k1 square plus k2 square is asking. Of course, how can I find that? A plus b whole square is, a square plus b square is a plus b whole square minus 2ab. So I can say k1 square plus k2 square is k1 plus k2 whole square minus 2 k1 k2. So if k1 k2 are the roots of this quadratic equation, then it is k1 plus k2 is sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is minus b by a. So minus 2 is b and k square coefficient 1. So minus b is minus 2 divided by a is 1 whole square minus 2 times of k1 k2. This is product of the roots. Product of the roots is c by a. So c is minus 1 divided by a. A is coefficient of x square. It is 1. Yes. So minus into minus is plus. So plus 2 square is how much? 4 plus 2. How much is this? 6. So 6 is the answer. So do we have an option? Yes, option C, 6 is the correct answer. Please understand the fact that this is more of a functional equations question. But there is so much understanding. What is codomain? Can you get a range as other than codomain? And how to pick the quadratic, because general solution is 1 plus or minus x power n. So because he has given polynomial of degree 2, I have taken n as a 2. Then will I get plus? Will I get minus? That I have judged based on my range of the function. If I pick 1 plus x square, I am getting 1 plus positive more than 1, so which I should not get more than 1. So my range has to be in the codomain only, which should be less than 1. So 1 plus x square is wrong. So I should always take 1 minus x square. So based on that, I have selected f of x. Then it's a cakewalk. I have substituted in the equation f of k is equal to minus 2k. Then it's a simple quadratic equation of finding alpha square plus beta square.